Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about a fascinating question that many of us think about from time to time, and that's, can mindfulness or meditation help with emotional reactivity? Let's find out together. There is power in these practices to managing our emotions. Mindfulness and meditation, you might have heard of these terms before, but do they really have an impact? Yes, they do. We just have to continue to practice them consistently. Mindfulness is all about being present in the moment. By tuning into our thoughts, our feelings, and our sensations without judgment, we create a space between the trigger and then our reaction. The simple act of observing how you're feeling helps you to respond a little bit more thoughtfully without being impulsive. The best way to do this is to choose one of the five senses, or two, or all of them if you want, and focus on those at any given time you find yourself especially distracted. The most common example I give of this is, say you're out to lunch with a friend or a coworker and they're talking. Let's be honest, sometimes we are already in our heads thinking about how we're going to respond, or we might even just be people watching and not really engaging in the conversation, which isn't fair to the other person and isn't fair to our brain. Instead, bring your attention back to that person by using one of those five senses in your head, not out loud, so don't think you're a weirdo, but to focus on what they're wearing, the color of their eyes, their hair color, maybe what they're eating. What do you see, taste, touch, hear, smell, all of those things. Let's switch over to meditation, because meditation is more of taking everything within ourselves, and there's a lot of ways to do this. But the more we can practice detaching from our intense emotions and build a sense of inner calm, the more often we can rely on this to kind of kick into automatic gear. And there's a tons of ways to meditate. I myself hate guided meditations, but those are out there on YouTube for free. If it works for you, you turn one on and you focus on your breath and focus on what they're guiding you through. I typically recite a mantra if I'm meditating or count my breaths if I'm finding it especially challenging to sit still at any given time. So, can these techniques help with emotional reactivity? Absolutely. Mindfulness and meditation can be powerful tools in managing emotions. They help you to become more aware of where you are emotionally in situations, and then allows you to better choose how to respond, whether rather than getting kind of swept up in the emotional state and regretting it. To get started, just set aside some minutes each day for mindfulness or meditation practice. Find a quiet space, sit comfortably, and focus on your breath, your sensations, or a calming mantra. Literally, I started by setting my timer on my phone for 1 minute. It was hard the first 20, 30 times to just even sit still for 1 minute. But we grow the more we do it. And as you practice regularly, you will notice increase in your resilience, your peace, your calmness, and a greater sense of just overall being in control of your emotions. Remember that integrating these into your routine isn't about erasing emotions or suppressing them, but it's about having skill and being equipped with the tools to help us respond more thoughtfully. So again, we aren't just reacting to what's happening without being able to think about it. If you found this helpful, useful, share it with somebody, give it a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe so you can have more insight as we continue to unfold all of our emotions and how they stand in our way. With mindfulness and meditation in your corner, I promise you, you will lead a more balanced life. Until next time, try to stay mindful, stay centered, and just keep in touch with your own emotional well-being. And remember that if you're watching this video, that means you are still breathing. Yes, you are still alive. And as long as that's true, my friend, you have the power to choose what happens next. Until next time, bye.